Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Sports. Let's jump right in to today's good news. For the good news today, we take a look at March Madness. As many of you know, March Madness is down to the final 4 teams. So yeah, it's getting to that point where we are about to crown a winner. However, last night in the Elite 8, UConn took on number 1 seeded Duke in the Elite 8. This was one of the best games I've ever seen because UConn was down by 19 points in the first half, and they hadn't had a lead in the game since literally 2-0 in the first quarter. However, with 0.3 seconds left, everybody counted UConn out, but one of UConn's players hit a almost about half-court three-point shot with 0.3 seconds left to win the game, and it was just insane. Duke players were crying, and it was just an insane comeback. Like I said, 19-point deficit, and it was all because one of the Duke players, one of the Boozer brothers, made a mistake in not holding the ball when he should have. It was just an insane shot, and people are still in shock.
72-70, Duke, 10 seconds to go.
Got to cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Karaban, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. Oh! It's good!
Now, let's move on to today's bad news. For the bad news today, we head on over to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is underway with the first 3 games of the season being played. And one player in particular is off to a very shaky start. Now, like I said, it's only 3 games and he's played 4, but still, it's just alarming. So the player's name is Cal Raleigh. As many of you know, he's a switch hitting catcher for the Seattle Mariners. He hit 60 home runs last year, breaking the catcher record for the most home runs hit from both sides because, like I said, he switched hits. However, this year he struck out in 8 consecutive at-bats in a row this season. So he had 8 at-bats and he struck out 8 times. And he's currently sitting at 1 for 15 with 10 strikeouts to start the season. So going from a runner-up in the MVP voting with the home run record for catchers to 8 strikeouts in a row and now 10 in his first 15 at-bats. Just crazy. He'll probably shake it off, but just an alarming thing for Mariners fans at the beginning of the season.
It's Cal Raleigh, and you don't want to walk people the way Seattle can take you deep. And again, the payoff, and it's swung on and missed. Man, did he eat him up with a cut fastball in on his thumbs. So Gavin Williams wins a tough battle.
For the big sports topic today, we look at whether social media has a positive influence or a negative influence on sports. I personally feel that social media has a positive influence on sports because now, if you don't want to go watch a game and sit, for example, at a baseball game for 3 hours, you could watch your favorite team on your tablet, your phone, whatever device you have at home, and it gets condensed into 12 minutes. Or now you just have television to watch on, and you could just use your phone or anything to watch games at home. Now, the negative side of social media is it puts a lot more pressure on the players because they're constantly being watched, and now people can make memes about them if they do something bad or screw up. So it's just a lot more pressure on the players. But from a fan standpoint and an overall standpoint, social media is positive on the game because it's allowed people to connect and maybe become fans of teams they've never heard of before social media and just watch more highlights and watch players make good plays constantly around all different sports.